The rooms were messy if I didn't straighten them up, and you can forget about dusting. After 5 years of keeping this up, I was getting burned out. At the end of the letter, I told him that if he couldn't help me with anything or get out of bed for himself, then I would have to get a divorce. I left the letter on the kitchen counter. Before work, I would normally buy him breakfast or cook him breakfast, but I didn't have the time that morning. So I knew he would come downstairs and see it. Around 11 o'clock, while I was at work, John called me and was yelling on the phone. He asked me how I could treat him like that after he lost both of his parents. He said now I'm making him lose his family. I said that it wasn't the best time to talk about this and that we could talk when I got home. When I got home that night, I was greeted at the door by John. This was the first time I saw him out of bed after I got off work in years, but it wasn't a pleasant surprise. He started talking about the letter I dropped off and how I was selfish and a lowlife for wanting to break up our family. He was screaming and throwing things in the living room. He said that I was a failure at being a wife and a mom and that I would never be half the woman his therapist was. He said she would let him express himself and didn't judge him like I did. I let him get all of his emotions and words out before I got up, wiped the tears on my face, and without a word, I left the house. I drove around, but not to the hotel this time. I drove around the town and tried to clear my head of all the hurtful things he said to me. But under the city lights, all that played through my mind was the last 5 years and the arguments we'd had. I couldn't imagine spending my life without John. And I thought about how this could affect Connor. I thought about couples therapy, but between the house and the kids and only one income, I knew we wouldn't be able to afford both of our therapists.